Everybody agrees with it. Everybody leaves the room. Okay, so this is the part I don't know. Who tells you? How do you find out? What's your reaction?
Pretty sure Dallas told me, and I'm pretty sure I was. It's all kind of foggy, but he was walking. He was just kind of threw it away. Like, hey, they're gonna make you the champ. It's like, okay. And he was like, no, really. And I was like, no, you can't do that. What are you talking about? And then I'm pretty sure I went and saw you, and I think you were in some one of the trucks or some kind of truck area or whatever, some backstage. And you said, I said, well, what's going on? You said, yeah, we're gonna get you the strap, and you have to stay to the pay-per-view. And I was like, I think I may have said, do you think this is a good idea? I didn't know. And also, they explained to me that I'm getting beat up, you know what I mean? For that show, I got beat up and took it away, and they're gonna, give me a black eye. And I was like, are someone gonna hit me or something? Because no, they're like, we're gonna put makeup on. I was like, wait, it kind of broke like a kayfabe thing for me, because I was like, wait a second, you can't use makeup. Yeah. So, but then, and then I got excited. Then I was like, well, that's kind of amazing. And then, and I think a lot of people were surprised, and a lot of people didn't know even backstage what was going on, because when it happened, everyone flipped out, and then sort of at the bar afterwards at the hotel, people were really upset. Some of the wrestlers were really upset.
Some of the wrestlers?
Yeah, one of the wrestlers. I'm not exactly sure who.
Did they say something to you?
Yeah, he said, we'd been hanging out for a couple, few days already. So I was like, yeah, I just won the belt. And he was like, are you kidding me? I think it was a Hugh, maybe it's one of these guys. He said, are you kidding me? This is this is the craziest business. I hate this business, or something like that, and stormed off. And that was the first glimpse of people are upset about this.
Are you sure he was 100% serious?
Oh, he was serious.
Really?
No, he got mad at me.
Wow.
Not mad, he just got mad.
Yeah, was there any other incidents like that?
There was some a lot of cold shoulders. I mean, I could tell a lot of the Steiners weren't happy with me or happy about it. I'm sure they don't like to talk about it. It's just around the same time,
Now, David, when you're getting that kind of a response, how are you? I know you're a sensitive guy. I could tell. Listen, I'm a huge Stern mark. I've seen you a million. I know you. So I'm sure that bothered you when you got that kind of a response.
Yeah.
But aren't you also kind of saying to yourself, you're in the entertainment business, you make movies, aren't you also kind of saying to yourself, this is a television show?
I thought that, you know what I mean? I thought that. I just didn't know the sort of level of disrespect that it would have brought, what it all comes down to is wrestling's about heritage, wrestling's about legacy, wrestling's about storytelling for sure, but it goes back to the turn of the century, and these families that, have spent their lives and given their lives and given their bodies for this thing. So then I started, since I've understood it a lot more, that it's a really sort of there is a legacy to it that needs to be respected, because, like a wedding ring. A wedding ring's really just a piece of gold or something. But then when you get married and you really put your heart into it, then it has real representation. It's your wedding ring. You know what I mean? So it's sort of not the same thing. It's got even a longer history, families, and and so many greats have done it. So I understand people getting upset about it, and I understand even more now how important it is. But I'm kind of upset that belt has just kind of been shelved. You know what I mean? Yeah. And God bless WWE. I love WWE. I watch it all the time. But all those belts look the same. I can't tell one from another. They own the rights, I guess, to that legacy of that belt. I would love at some point for that belt to come back and represent. 10 pounds of gold, and NWA are doing some really cool stuff with that old belt.
Yeah. But David, don't you think, like, I can tell you this. You know who Brad Siegel is? Brad Siegel was running TBS and TNT at the time.
Yeah.
He was running both companies. When I signed my contract with WCW, make no bones about it, I was signing a television contract.
Yeah.
And my pay structure,
Yeah.
I was bonused on ratings.
Right.
And Brad Siegel, the head of TBS and TNT, we're into the Monday Night Wars at this time.
Yeah.
When you talk about legacy and stuff like that, bro, I'm with you. You want to go back to NWA and, like, the girl Gordon Soley and the Von Erichs and all that. I'm all with that.
Right.
But now it was Monday Night Raw, it was Nitro, it was a ratings war.
Right on.
So now I'm signing, Brad Siegel made it clear, I'm signing a television contract, your bonus is based on rating. We want ratings.
Right.
And it was like, bro, we don't care what you do, we want eyeballs to watch our show. So, like,
and that's always the case. I mean, you need people in the seats, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but yet you're saying you think these guys had a right to be upset because of the legacy, but it was a television show. And the idea is to get as many people to watch as possible. And I don't know if you noticed at all either. The next morning, and you probably know this because you probably heard me say it a million times. The next morning, I'll never forget it, bro. I was like in shorts. I just rolled out of bed. I went downstairs to get a coffee. I picked up the USA Today. You're on the cover, freaking pinning Eric Bischoff. Yeah. And I was like, and keep in mind, we were getting killed in the ratings at that time. Yeah. You would not, the front page of the USA Today would not have been Diamond Dallas Page pinning Jeff Jarrett. So you got us on the front page of the USA Today. Then here was the coup de grace. And I know you remember this. Kurt Russell. You were married to Courtney at the time.
I was going back and forth. I was part of 3,000 Miles to Graceland. I had to go back and film a little more of that. So I talked them both in.
They did a vignette with the WCW belt.
Yeah.
Then you hit the talk shows. Yeah. You're talking about winning the WCW champ. Nothing at that time could have given WCW that kind of exposure, which it badly needed because at that time WWE was kicking WCW's ass all over again. Right.
That makes sense to me then. I mean, I understand, ratings, this is show business. I mean, but just imagine, I like to say, well, imagine if Ready to Rumble would have been Fast and the Furious. Right. And Vin Diesel would have won it instead. Like, might be a little different conversation. It's like, this is a huge and biggest movie in the world. You know what I mean? The fact that the movie also didn't do great didn't help things.
Right. Yeah, but see, David, here let's get to the crux of this. Because here's where we are. I'm reading you going back in wrestling again. So, like, I'm thinking this is great. So I write you a DM kidding around, saying, David, bro, you're going to wrestle again, bro. If I managed you, that would be hysterical.
It would.
No, but then I get this. No, then I get this. Yeah, Vince, that would be funny, and I get this Samba thing. Oh, I got retribution to pay. I should have never won that title. I'm looking at this and I'm saying, bro, if anybody understands ratings, television, movies, entertainment, it's you. Yeah. You let these moronic marks who believe wrestling is real and have probably been hounding you for the last 20 years, you let these people get under your skin? The casual, you got to understand, back then, wrestling was drawing 10 million people. 10 million people a week between the two companies. Now it's lucky to draw 2 million. Yeah. The 8 million casual fans are bye-bye. Those 8 million fans loved what we did because they were casual wrestling fans. Holy shit, David Arquette is the champion, blah, 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 blah. The hardcore wrestling fans got upset because somewhere in their twisted minds, they believe this shit is real. David, Hulk Hogan never won a title.
Wrestling's not fake, bro.
Is that what that said, right? Listen to me, David. Hulk Hogan never won a title.
What do you mean?
Savage they never won a title.
No. What do you mean?
Ric Flair. They never. We wrote that they won a title. They never won a title.
What do you mean?
How did you let these fans get?
Listen, I'm the most gullible person in the world, so some of this stuff, I do believe some of this stuff still. I mean, what I do know now is my body's in so much pain just from a few matches, a couple little things.
Right.
I'm getting a lot of that, and a lot of the sort of I haven't even traveled like those guys have had to travel and do 3 shows a week. You know what I mean?
But you're doing that because you feel you got to make retribution for winning a title.
Well, also because I love it, and just to sort of kind of honor the sport in a way.
But you think what you did, you think that disrespected the sport?
I kind of do. I don't know why. I'm just.
Boy, babe.
I know. I understand where you're coming from, though. I understand where you're coming from. I didn't know I could say no.
Why would
you're
you?
Not.
Why would you have?
I know.
It was television.
Yeah. And
wanted to
we
get
were
the people
promoting the movie.
talking.
And the funny thing is, in retrospect, people love this movie now. The kids that watched it, and now they grew up and they can watch all their.
Right, and part of that is, hey, that guy won the WCW World Title.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe.
Listen to me. Hold on for a second. Listen. For the last 20 years, I've been.
I know.
And you know what I
say? You got the worst of it.
And you know what I say? I would do the same thing tomorrow.
Now, what about you putting the belt on yourself?